So Nick Jonas is going to play Paul Stanley in a biopic about Kiss. I saw this headline and I wanted to talk about it. Nick Jonas is a really cool guy behind the scenes. And every time I've ever done business with him, I don't sell him steaks. When I interview him on TV and shit like that, always been a cool guy. And it was interesting timing because Joe Jonas just released a sophomore album. It's called Music for People Who Believe in Love. Love the song. Is it Water Under the Bridge? I think that's what it's called. Love that song from Joe Jonas. But anyways, this is per Deadline. The McG directed movie centers on the formation of Kiss, and Jonas is in final talks to be the band's vocalist, and he will do his own singing. Interesting. The film is slated to go into production at the end of the year or in early 2026, and casting is currently underway. Now, if you don't know who McG is, a legend. McG did some of the biggest 90s videos of all time. Did Korn, Got the Life, did Sugar Ray, tons of videos with them. Went on to direct Charlie's Angels. Let's go. I'll give you an idea. McG music videos. These are just 5 he did. Pretty Fly for a White Guy, Offspring, McG. All-Star, Smash Mouth, McG. Bare Naked Ladies, 1 Week, McG. Fly, Sugar Ray, McG. Got the Life, Korn, McG. So he goes on and he also does Charlie's Angels with Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore. I think Tom Green's in that movie. Shout out to Tom Green. So it sounds like McG is now directing the Kiss biopic. That is cool because this is a guy that loves rock music, that has an aesthetic for rock music. And I've always loved, he had that real saturated look in the late 90s. If you're familiar with the videos I was just talking about, Southern California guy McG is. And I think this is really cool. And I think that I love that Nick Jonas is from the East Coast. He's from Jersey. He's from New York City. That's where Kiss is from. I think this is going to be really dope. I'm wondering though, what do Kiss fans think about this? Because if you're a hardcore Kiss fan and you're that rock head with the horns up and you're precious about your Kiss, how are you going to feel about a guy who used to be in a boy band playing Paul? I'm curious. If you're one of those guys right now watching, let me know in the comments. But this will be interesting. And this wasn't even the only Jonas Brothers news that I saw this week. And I have a question. What is the big deal about Camp Rock? I'm not hating on Camp Rock. I'm not against Camp Rock. I just don't know anything about Camp Rock. Never got the Disney Channel. There were 2 kinds of kids in the 2000s. You either had the Disney Channel or you didn't have the Disney Channel. And depending on which kid you were, you had entirely different childhoods. Even Stevens, no idea what that is. No idea what that is. Lizzie McGuire? Oh, you mean Hillary Duff? I know Hillary Duff. I don't know Lizzie McGuire, bro. What else was on there? Raven Simone? I don't even know. That's So Raven. Never saw it, bro. Cheetah Girls? No. I know of all this stuff because you would hear about it at recess. You would hear about it at the lunch table. But that was like rich kids had the Disney Channel. I never had the Disney Channel. I had Nickelodeon. I wasn't like living out of a box. I had Nickelodeon. Never had the Disney Channel. But if you're a millennial, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That is a different thing. If you had Disney Channel, that was one childhood. You didn't have the Disney Channel, completely different childhood. And you would find out about these people. Like I found out who Miley Cyrus was when she had that song in the radio as Hannah Montana in 2007 because I heard it on the radio. But I didn't know about Hannah Montana before that. I didn't know about Demi Lovato until she had that song, which I think is her best song, the Don't Forget About Us. Is that what it's called? Don't Forget? Love that song. That song rules. But that's when I found out about Demi Lovato. I knew about the Jonas Brothers, like probably because I'm from Jersey and they're around my age and like girls were really into it, but I didn't know them on Disney. Anyways, Camp Rock is a mystery to me. Explain to me, like I'm an idiot, which shouldn't be hard, why is Camp Rock so beloved? Why is it so important to you? What am I missing and misunderstanding about Camp Rock? I never saw Camp Rock. What did I miss out on? I want to know. Tell me. Because Camp Rock 3 is in development right now, and that is huge news apparently. So Camp Rock 3, I didn't even know there was a Camp Rock 2, bro. That's how out of the loop I am. That's how not in on this I am. Camp Rock 3 is reportedly being developed. That's big news in the world of Disney kids and Disney adults this week. But please, I'm not kidding. Explain Camp Rock to me.